Hello, it's the 12th of February. Another update. Still working on the 2 centimeter flak gun. Before I show the pieces, I'll just show on the instruction. I was working on, which you may not have seen. I can't remember the last video, but these parts here, the base here, I put that together. Definitely haven't had that in the video yet, and just started to assemble this part here. I'll show you on the model, but if I forget to, this part here, 137, this folds over to create this part here. If you're building the model, there's a warning. In folding this over, both of these, when I was doing it, it plinked off, fired across the table, and it took me a while to find it. I did it on the first one. I should have been more careful on the second one. I wasn't, and it flicked off again. But by some miracle, I found it. So as you're bending this over, it does form a very spring-loaded projectile. So where I'm up to now is starting to assemble everything. I've got all the components together now. So let's have a look at where we're up to. Let's get some better light here. So here are the two guns. I've got them just propped up against this pair of forceps here because I have glued the first part onto the base. So you can see I have glued this part onto the base, and that makes it very front heavy. So this is just propped up against that just so whilst it dries. I've tried to line up, as you can see here, the little notches as level and straight as I possibly can. See if we can zoom in on that. There we are. In order to, so that as we go down like so, you can see it should be fairly level. This part here, this sort of box bit, which I'm probably mistaken, but I'm guessing it's the ammo box. We'll call it that for the time being. That's a real pain to put together, particularly with this little hinged sort of apparatus that holds it on to the rest of the gun. That one was pretty troublesome, actually. I had a bit of difficulty with that, so beware when you get to that bit. So there we are, we have them there. Now here's that little handle. See if I can point it out. This one here. Now that is the bit that fires off. That's the offending piece that plinked off and fired across the table. I could have done a better job in terms of tidying up and cleaning up some of these plastic parts. I'll accept that. But another thing to be aware of: this central post here, which this part attaches onto there, this slots into the base here. Now be careful when you put the wheel on. Don't push it all the way through, because that pushes the little stub, if you will, right into this cylinder. So if you do that first and then try to push this down, it doesn't. So I actually put that in, and then I went to put that in, and then I realized it wouldn't fit. So as the glue was still setting, I pulled this out a bit, and then it went through again. So that's another little thing to be aware of on that one. Then the other, try not to break everything here. The other piece that I draw your attention to is the top housing. Now I'm not going to move these at the moment because I've just glued these little under bits of metal on. So hopefully in the next video when this is on you'll see, but there's lots of little fiddly foldy bits in here. Lots of manual drilling of tiny little holes in the side in order to put this piece together. So I've only just glued these, so I don't want to move them, but once they're attached onto here, I'll aim to do another video and you'll be able to see all the components. But suffice to say, this flat gun, each of them, you've got to do 2 of them. You've got to build this component, the base component, these components doubled, and then also these guns, the guns as well, the actual cannons themselves. So there's a fair bit. There's quite a few photo etch parts to deal with for this one, and it's quite tricky. But hopefully, when it's all come together, it'll look pretty nice. But we'll see. So that's the update for today. Just wanted to let you know that I'm still chipping away, and I'll see you in the next one.